Okay, so so good evening, everyone. My name is Tirza, but you can call me Sasa. I'm the Senior Project Officer of Empowering Youth Across ASEAN at the ASEAN Foundation. Basically, I'm the project lead for this project within ASEAN Foundation. And thank you for coming to the session today. And thank you for the Myanmar alumni to invite me to this session to talk a bit about EYAA, but maybe I will just go through the general ones, and then later you can have more discussion with the alumni regarding, the details and the first-hand experience of the program. So let's just start. So Empowering Youth Across ASEAN was kicked off or like founded in 2018. So it's been like five cohorts. We have run for five cohorts with major funding from Maybank Foundation as our partner. And of course, the vision, just like the name, is empowering young change makers across ASEAN. And we are hopeful that we see you in the future to be community leaders who help to solve the community problems. And actually, there are some alumni who did it already. Like after they joined the program, the following year they become our implementing partner, and they start their own initiative. They start their own CSO or organization to help the community. So the core activities of this program is there are trainings, there are regional networkings, and hands-on community project. But later I will go to the details. And along the way, if you have any questions, you can maybe just drop it in the chat box. So when I finish presenting, then I can just go through the questions. And then this is the numbers on how we are progressing every year. Like I've said, we have run for 5 years. So now we have 482 alumni, including some of the alumni from Myanmar who's in this room. And we have done 50 community projects across 7 countries as for now. And then we have the updated one. Actually, we have benefited or work for 100,000 people in the communities across Southeast Asia. So this is like a big achievement, and this achievement was done together with the local CSO, the local implementing partners, as well as the youth volunteers. This is the project map. Like I've said, we have operated in 7 countries for now. And what is special for cohort 6 is that we are going to open one more country, which is Laos PDR for this year. So far we have Indonesia, we have Malaysia, we have Singapore, we have Philippines, we have Cambodia, we have Thailand, we have Vietnam, and the new one is Laos PDR. So the projects that you will be involved to will be within these 8 countries, depending on the applications this year. So all the projects under EYAA will fall under 4 categories or 4 pillars or 4 key focus areas, which you will later can strengthen in your essay or your experiences, so then we can later match you with the CSO that comes with your preference under these pillars. So there is arts and culture, community building or empowerment, there's education and environmental diversity. So maybe the one like community building or empowerment, we have, am I lagging or not?
We can hear you. We can hear you well.
Okay. So, for example, like under community building or empowerment, we give financial literacy trainings to silk weavers in Cambodia, and then of course, education is very easy per se. We built e-library in Siagao, Philippines, and then environmental diversity per se. We have a project on in La Union, Philippines as well, in the northern part, where we taking care of the turtles and making sure that the marine ecosystem is taken care of. And then maybe arts and culture, we have one in Malaysia last year. where we train young people to preserve Malaysian cultures in a form of dance. Later, maybe the alumni can talk more about it. So this is just a summary of what you're going through if you're chosen as the youth volunteers for this cohort. So this is basically your agenda for throughout the year. So it's okay. We can start with the selection process. So the selection process will start from January, and then we're going to have a selection process until May. And then May, we're going to have a kickoff meeting. And then after that, you will go through an online and on-site regional capacity building workshop. So during online and during kickoff, basically you will be matched with the CSO or SE who is going to implement the project in the 10 different areas. So every year we're going to have 10 CSO or SE, just for your information. CSO is civil society organizations or social enterprises who's going to get a grant of $25,000 to run a project in their area, and then they will be matched with you. So per se from Myanmar, we're going to choose 10 people from Myanmar, and then each of you will be matched with each project. So the project will be in 7 countries, different 7 countries. For this year, we're going to have 8. So you will work online with the CSO to redesign the project and make the project even better. And then after that, you're going to meet with your friends and with the CSO and of course with ambassadors from Southeast Asian countries and with maybe stakeholders in the regional capacity building workshop in Bangkok. That's like the plan for now. We're going to have in Bangkok, but of course, if there's any update, we're going to update you for around like 5 days. I think this year we have it for 5 days. And then after you are done with the regional capacity building workshop in Bangkok, you're not going home, but you are going to the project site. So remember that you've been matched with the CSO or SE, then you will go to the project site for 2 weeks, and then you're going to implement the project together with the CSO and SE for 2 weeks. So your team members will be coming from different ASEAN countries. So this year is quite different because we're going to have 11 people in one group because we add Timor-Leste now in this cohort because they just recently joined as ASEAN member states. So you will be the only Myanmar person from Myanmar in your group, and the rest will be coming from different ASEAN countries. And you will be assigned to different projects, to 10 different projects. After 2 weeks, are you going to be finished with your project? The answer is no. You're going to support remotely. So you will help the CSO with, per se, with the social media, or from previous experiences, you can create audiobooks if the project is about e-library. So the task within that this remote part will be discussed with the CSO later when you get matched with the CSO. And then after that, at the end of the year, after the whole project's finished, you will be attending project closing event. This is not for everyone, but we're going to curate some of you to come to the closing event. Last year we have it in Kuching, Sarawak, Malaysia, and you will give your feedback about the program and how to make the program even better. So that's the journey of the change makers. Your basically your agenda for the whole year if you got chosen for the program. And then this is like basically what you'll get. Of course, like I mentioned, I just want to highlight again that you're going to design and implement the community projects across 8 ASEAN countries. It doesn't mean that you're going to do for 8 ASEAN countries, okay? But you're going to be matched with one of the project from these 8 ASEAN countries. And then, of course, enhance your skills through online trainings and regional capacity building workshop. We had a lot of trainings, starting from project management, and then volunteering 101, and then design thinking. So there's a lot of new things that you can learn. And then after that, you can get a hands-on mentorship and guidance from the CSO or SE. So perhaps like you're currently starting your own initiative, or you are keen to try making your own CSO or SE organization, then this is the perfect time for you to learn. And then, of course, the last one is I have a regional ASEAN Youth and Alumni Network. This is, I think, the most fun part that you get your siblings around you and you get to know each other. And then not only that, you're going to meet a lot of CSOs from other countries, and then like meeting the ambassadors and also meeting with the Maybank stockholders. This is just a testimonial about EYA. I'm just going to skip this one. So this is my last slide. So if you are interested in the program, you can apply through this link. So in this link, you will be directed to ASEAN Foundation's website, and you can just click register to go to the jot form and just fill out the form. But if you want to learn more about the eligibility, are you eligible or not, you can go check the application information package. But I think if I want to highlight, as long as you are within the age range of 19 to 35, and you are currently and if you are citizen of Southeast Asian member state or ASEAN member states, you are eligible to apply. So that's like the basic ones. I think the rest you can just check in the document. But of course, we expect you are quite free and you can be committed, especially for 3 weeks of on-site, because we're going to have it back to back. So around 5 days for regional workshop in Bangkok, and then you're going to fly for 2 weeks in the assigned country. So I think that's all from me. I just want to keep it short and take any questions, if any, on the floor. So maybe I'll give it back to the alumni if you want to lead the Q&A session.
Yes, this Q&A session would be the ASEAN Foundation, the guest speaker from the ASEAN Foundation. Yeah, so
Okay.
let me use our language also. အခုအမတို့ဒီ session မှာဒီ ASEAN Foundation က guest speaker ကိုမောင်လေးညီမလေးတို့မေးချင်တဲ့မေးခွန်းလေးရှယ်ဆိုရင်မေးလို့ရတယ်နော်။ဥပမာမြန်မာလိုtype လုပ်လို့လည်းရတယ်။အင်္ဂလိပ်လိုတစ်ခါတည်းတိုက်ရိုက်မေးလို့လည်းရတယ်။ comment ထဲမှာမေးလို့လည်းရတယ်။ပြီးတော့ unmute လုပ်ပြီးတော့လည်းမေးလို့ရတယ်နော်။ Q&A session က5 minutes ပဲဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်မလို့အဲ့ဒီအချိန်တွင်းမှာကိုသိချင်တာရှင်မေးလို့ရပါတယ်။အမတို့မေးခွန်းလေးတွေကိုအကန့်အသတ်နဲ့ပဲလက်ခံသွားပါမယ်နော်။
Okay, I think I see one hands up. Maybe you can just open your mic and ask question. I'm sorry if I read it wrongly. Hong now, is that how to read it? Okay,
Yes, hi, nice to meet you here.
nice to meet you.
Like my question is, I already submitted for the application, and before like my submission, I didn't have my English proficiency score, but like now I already got my result, and I couldn't put it on the application form. So do I need to send that like via email, or is it just okay?
Okay, if you wish to refine it, then you just have to resubmit it. But if you don't want to do it from zero, maybe you can just email us, like just mention your name, and if you remember which date you are applying to, and then we can just help to edit it in the Excel. Okay, I hope it helps. Okay, maybe I'll take some question on the chat box. If you don't have working experiences at CSO or SE, is it eligible? Of course, you're eligible, but please be in mind that this is a highly competitive program. So just so you know, last year we received 3,500 applications across Southeast Asia. So you have to make your application strong, and later maybe the alumni can also share more about that. The participants choose their own projects, or are projects assigned by the organization? To be honest, the project will be assigned by ASEAN Foundation. So we're going to match your background and your essay, your motivation letter, motivation essay, and we're just going to match you on which pillar you're, match with. How many alumni will be selected from one country? We're going to choose 10 youth volunteers from every country. So at the end, we're going to have 110. For the assigned country, does that depend on the categories we choose? Yeah, it will be matched with your preferences, like your background, your education, your maybe your volunteering experiences. But again, we also have to consider gender balance as well as a country distribution. So just be mind on that. So not everyone gonna get like the first pick, but we're trying our best to match with your background, of course. Does my academic background matter for the application? No. What matters is your volunteering background, and I really want you to pay attention to the motivational essay because I think that gets the most point for the selection process. I think I answered all the questions. If anyone would like to ask more questions or raise hand, I still have time, right? Just let me know if
Yes,
it's
yes.
finished.
We still have
Okay.
time. Okay.
Uh, okay. I think maybe going once, going twice. Okay. I think the application information package is
Yes, there's
clear.
a okay, sorry. There's a question also. The questions is, are those who are living as a migrants in Thailand are also eligible to apply?
So it depends on your citizenship. If you're coming from Myanmar, you have a Myanmar passport, that's fine. So as long as you're ASEAN member state citizens. So it cannot be PR, it cannot be PR. It needs to be your citizen of that country. Should we need to focus on volunteering experience or academic in the essay? I think you have, because this is a volunteering program, please make sure that whatever you put on the essay is like relevant. Per se, you are interested in environmental issue volunteering, then if you have in the past volunteering experiences in environmental issues, then you can just put it on your essay. Yeah. All right.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry. There's another question. Myanmar is not included on their post when we apply. Is okay to apply as a Myanmar citizen. Myanmar is included. I mean, there's alumni here. So it's included as youth volunteers. But as CSO, we're not opening it yet. But for youth volunteers, we're opening it to 11 ASEAN member states. Can you tell me the date of the 2 weeks of program? Unfortunately, I don't have the dates for now because we are still adjusting with the ASEAN calendar right now because we just changed the chairmanship. Now is Philippines as the chairman. So we are going to inform you later. But the period, yeah, you can check it on the application package. We have the period. Does it need the passport? Yeah. Because you're going to travel, guys. If you don't have the passport, you can't travel. So you need to have the passport. Um, I think our volunteering expenses have to match with the program we're applying to. Yes, it's better that way. Yeah. How many alumni will be selected from one country? It will be 10. So 10 from each country. We have 11 member states, so it's going to be 110. Okay. I
Okay,
think if
so
you,
yeah.
yeah, just a closing one. If you test English proficiency test is not required. It's just an optional. So you can just check on the application information package for any question. And if you have any further questions, you can just shoot us an email at ASEAN Empowering Youths at ASEANFoundation.org. And or maybe you can reach out to the alumni and ask questions to them as well. Deadline is 25th January, by the way. Okay. All right. Okay. I think
Yeah.
that's all for me. Give
I
it to
think like
me.
this would be the questions from the Google form. So the first question is student find difficult when it's come to the achievement session because they think that they
Mm.
don't have any specific or something that they can highlight. So do what might be your suggestion for the achievement session?
Yeah. I think if you don't have any achievement, then you can just leave it blank. But if I think it's better for you to strengthen like your essay. That's why I always pointed out on the essay because that has the highest score for the selection process. I mean, we're always going to see your background, but if you have a very strong essay, then I think we are going to give you a go. So you don't worry if you have like less experiences, you don't have awards and stuff. You just have to strengthen your essay and how to strengthen your essay. Later, the alumni can talk about it.
And then the next question might be some students don't have any experience in the NGO and CSO. So, like, how should they include their experience? For example, they just teach in the monastery or some local school.
Yeah, you can do that as well. It doesn't have to be like formally in CSO or NGO, but you can always have per se you have experience in student council or you have like started your own small initiative in your community, like you did like this small events in your community in your area. You can always put that in. So it doesn't have to be always like CSO or like formal NGO work or internship or something like that. So it can be any volunteering work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Cesar, for your answer. And I think that's it for your session. And
Okay.
thank you very much for coming here today. Yeah. Okay. And
Yeah,
I think
thank
we,
you.
we
I
will
think I
see.
will leave
Thank
after
you.
this.
Yeah.
So good luck, guys. Good
Yeah.
luck.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank
Sister.
Bye.
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.
Okay အဲ့ဒါဆိုရင်အမတို့အခုအမတို့ရဲ့ဒီနေ့ webinar လေးပေါ့နော်ဖြစ်မြောက်အောင်လုပ်လာပေးကြတဲ့ EYA Core 5ကအမတို့alumni အနေနဲ့တယောက်ချင်းစီအမတို့မိတ်ဆက်ပေးကြမယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့ဒါဆိုရင်ပထမဆုံးမမီတနာကျော်ကနေစလိုက်မယ်နော်အမရဲ့ cohort လေးရဲ့ project site လေးရဲ့ပါဟုတ်
အားလုံးပဲမင်္ဂလာပါအမနာမည်အောင်မေတ္တနာကျော်ဖြစ်ပါတယ်အမက EYA Cohort 5မှာဒီ environmental diversity ပေါ့နော်အဲ့ theme နဲ့မလေးရှားကိုတွားခဲ့ရပေါ့နော်ဒါတော့EYA နဲ့ပတ်သက်တဲ့ဟာလေးဖြစ်ပါတယ်
ပြပါအဲ့ဒါဆိုရင်ပြီးတော့အမအဟီးနဲ့စလိုက်ပါမယ်ဟုတ်အမ
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ပါအားလုံးပဲမင်္ဂလာပါအမနာမည်ကတော့တောင်းနေမီလို့ခေါ်ပါတယ်အမကတော့ဒီ Cohort 5မှာပေါ့နော် Ads and Performance ဆိုရင်သူ project တစ်ခုပဲရှိရတော့ဟုတ်တယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့ဒီမှာ Siri Budaya project နာမည်နဲ့အမမလေးရှားအဲ့ဒီ project site မှာ volunteer လုပ်ခဲ့တာဖြစ်ပါတယ်လို့ဟုတ်
ပြပါအဲ့ဒါဆိုရင်အခုညီမလေးအီမောကမိတ်ဆက်လိုက်မယ်နော်
ဟုတ်မှာကျေးဇူးပါဆိုတော့အကုန်လုံးမင်္ဂလာပါရှင်ဆိုတော့ကျမနာမည်အီမွန်စုဖြစ်ပါတယ်ကျမကတော့ဒီပေါ့နော်အင်ဒိုနီးရှားကိုသွားခဲ့ရပေါ့နော် project name ကတော့ project member မွေဖြစ်ပါတယ်သူကတော့ဒီ environmental diversity ဘက်ကိုသွားတာပေါ့နော်ဆိုတော့အဲ့ဒါလေးဖြစ်ပါတယ်ရှင်ဟုတ်တွေ့ရဝမ်းသာပါတယ်
ပြပါညီမလေးအဲ့ဒါဆိုရင်မောင်လေးပေးလေးသွားလိုက်မယ်နော်
မင်္ဂလာပါကျွန်တော်နာမည်ကတော့ Billy Graham ပါကျွန်တော်ကတော့ဒီ Core 5မှာဒီ Philippines မှာသွားပြီးတော့ဒီ digital literacy နဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့ empower လုပ်ခဲ့ပါတယ်ဆိုတော့တရား
ပြပါ
ဝင်တာပါတယ်
အခုအဲ့ဒါဆိုရင်အမတို့ကအခု breakout room session ကိုမှအမတို့ဒီ alumni ၄ယောက်နဲ့မေးမြန်းနိုင်မှာဖြစ်တယ်ပေါ့နော်ဖြစ်တဲ့ကြောင့်အမတို့ breakout room ၄ခုခွဲလိုက်မယ်
click လေးလေးရှိခဲ့ရင်လည်းကိုဘယ်လိုမျိုးနေမလဲပေါ့နော်ဒါလေးပြင်ဆင်သွားဖို့အရေးကြီးရယ်ပြီးတော့ဘာသာစကားပိုင်းကတော့မလို့ဒါကတော့သူတလည်းပြောစရာမလိုထင်တယ်ပေါ့နော်ဒါကတော့ပြင်ဆင်ထားဖို့လိုတယ်ပိုကောင်း discussion တွေလုပ်နိုင်ဖို့presentation တွေလုပ်နိုင်ဖို့ဒါကတော့ပြင်ဆင်ထားမှာရပါတော့
ကဲပါအဲ့ဆိုရင်ဒီကိုယ့်ရဲ့ communication လုပ်တဲ့ skill ရဲ့ language ရဲ့ပေါ့နော် okay အဲ့ဆိုရင်အမနောက်ထပ်မေးခွန်းလေးတစ်ခုသွားလိုက်မယ်နော်ပြီးတော့နောက်ထပ်မေးခွန်းလေးတစ်ခုကမလေးရှားပေါ့နော် empowering underserved youth မလေးရှားအကြောင်း briefly ပြောပြလို့ရမလားဟုတ်ဒီ project ကဘယ်သူရဲ့ project လဲမသိဘူးနော်
အမတင်တာ Siri Budaya တဲ့
ဟုတ်အမရဲ့ project လားမ
Siri Bud ဟုတ်တယ် Siri Budaya ခုနကငါဆက်စားတော့ပြောလိုက်တာ तू ကဟုတ်တယ်ဟိုအဲ့ဒီ empowering underserved youth လို့ပြောတဲ့အချိန်မှာပေါ့နော်သူမလေးရှားမှာကြတော့ तू ကသူ့ရဲ့ location နဲ့နေတာရှိရပေါ့နော်အမတို့ project ဆို Siri Budaya ဆိုသူတို့ပြောတဲ့ကိုဒါဓမ္မဆာရပေါ့နော်မလေးရှားရဲ့ဒီသူတို့ရဲ့ဟို data တစ်ခုပေါ့နော်အဲ့ကတူတွေပေါ့နော်အဓိကတော့ underserved youth လို့ပြောတဲ့အချိန်မှာသူကအဲ့ဒီဟိုဗာလဲ orphanage ကိုပြောတာပေါ့နော်အမတို့ရဲ့ CSO ဆိုရင်သူက faith base CSO ဟုတ်တယ်သူကဟိုပေါ့နော် Islamic ဟိုအဲ့လို faith base ပေါ့နော်အဲ့ဒါမျိုး CSO အဲ့ထဲမှာသူကဟိုအဲ့လိုမိဘမိခင်တကူပြင်ထားတာပေါ့နော်အဲ့ကနေသူက CSO လုပ်လိုက်တယ် CSO လုပ်လိုက်ပြီးတော့မှအမတို့ရဲ့ project series ပူတာရက CSO ကနေထွက်လာတဲ့ idea ပေါ့နော်ဒီမလေးရှားမှာရှိတဲ့အဲ့ဒီလူငယ်တွေကလေးတွေကိုသူတို့ကဟိုကျောင်းချိန်အပြင်ပေါ့နော်ကျောင်းချိန်အပြင်မှာမလေးရှားအဲ့ဒီဟိုသူတို့ရဲ့ traditional dance ကိုပေါ့နော်ဟိုဟာတင်ပေးမယ်ဆိုရင်ဖြစ်သွားတယ်အဲ့ဒီ project လေးဟုတ်ပါတယ်လို့ဟုတ်
ဖြစ်ပါမနောက်ထပ်မေးခွန်းတစ်ခုကကျတော့ဆိုတော့ဒီမှာဆိုရင် cultural difference ကအရင်များလာပေါ့နော် project implementation ကြာရင်ရောနေစရာ safe ဖြစ်ပါမလားပေါ့နော်ဆိုတော့အဲ့မေးခွန်းလေးကိုမမီတနာကျော်ဖြေပေးမလားမ
ဖြေလိုက်မယ်နော်အဲ့တော့လေ cultural difference ကအရင်မများဘူးပေါ့နော်ဘာလို့လဲဆို ASEAN countries တွေဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်မို့ဟိုနည်းနည်းလေးဒေတာတဘာဝအရရောတူတယ်ပေါ့နော်အစားအစာရေးဆိုလည်းအရင် difference ဖြစ်နေရမျိုးတော့မရှိဘူးအဆင်ပြေတယ်ဟိုနည်းနည်း language ပဲပေါ့နော် language မှာသူတို့သွားတဲ့ပုံစံလေးမတူတာမျိုးလေးရောရှိတတ်တယ်ပေါ့နော်အဲ့ဒါပဲဒီ project implementation ကြရင်နေစရာ safe ဖြစ်ပါမလားဆိုတော့ဖြစ်တယ်ပေါ့နော်သူတို့ကအဲ့ဒါကို ASEAN Foundation ဘက်ကနေပြီးတော့အကုန်လုံးပြည့်ပြည့်စုံစုံလုပ်ထားပြီးသားပေါ့နော်မနေစရာအစားသူတို့ရေဟိုသူတို့သတ်မှတ်ထားတဲ့ standard နဲ့ညီရဲ့လားပေါ့နော်အဲ့လိုမျိုးလေးရအစားအကုန်လုံးလုပ်ပေးရဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်မလို့နေစရာကြီးစားစရာကြီးရောပူစရာမလို့ပေါ့နော်သူတို့တေချာလေးကိုဒီကိုအတွက် safe ဖြစ်အောင်လုပ်ပေးထားတယ်ဒီ culture difference ကလည်းအရင်ရှိရမျိုးမဟုတ်ဘူးပေါ့နော်လက်ခံပေးလို့ရတယ်ပေါ့နော်အရင်ကွဲနေရမျိုးမရှိဘူးလို့ထင်တယ်
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ပါအဲ့ဆိုရင်အမတို့နောက်ဆုံးမေးခွန်းလေးကိုတောင်းလိုက်မယ်နော်နောက်ဆုံးမေးခွန်းလေးကတော့ညီမလေးအီမွန်ဖြေပေးလို့ရပါတယ်ဒီ interview အတွက်တဲ့ဘယ်လို tip လေး share ချင်လဲညီမလေးဟုတ်
ဟုတ်ညီမဖြေလိုက်ပါမယ်နော်ဆိုတော့ interview ကလည်းဘာလဲဆိုရှင် interview မရှိဘူးပေါ့နော်အဲ့တော့ one on one interview မရှိဘူးပြောတာပါရှင် interview အတွက်ကသူက video လုပ်ခိုင်းနေပေါ့နော် video လေး create လုပ်ပြီးတော့ပေါ့နော် drive ပေါ်မှာပေါ့နော်သူတို့ပေးတဲ့ file မှာတင်ရတာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ရှင်ဆိုတော့အဲ့ဒါအတွက်ကလည်းဘာအကြံပေးလို့ရမလဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ပေါ့နော်ကို video လုပ်တဲ့အခါကျရင်ပေါ့နော် script လေးရေးတာပိုကောင်းတယ်ပေါ့နော်တခါလေကြာရင်ကိုပြောတာဟုတ်တယ်စကားပြောတာအဆင်ပြေတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ပေါ့နော်သူတို့ဘက်ကပေါ့နော် language barrier တွေရှိကောင်းရှိနိုင်ရဲ့ဆိုတော့လေဆို interview ပေါ့နော် interview video လုပ်တဲ့အခါကျ script လေးရေးတာပိုကောင်းတယ်ပေါ့နော်ပြီးတော့စကားပြောတဲ့အခါဖြစ်ဖြစ်ပုံမှန်လေးပြောတာတော့ပိုအဆင်ပြေမှာညီမထင်နေရှင်ဟုတ်ဆို interview အတွက်ကလည်းအဲ့လိုမျိုးဟို one on one session အဲ့လိုမျိုးတော့ရှိမှတော့မထင်ဘူးပေါ့နော်ဆိုဒီနေ့ကတော့ဘယ်လိုကွင်းမလေးတော့အမလေးတခြားမပြောတတ်ဘူးပေါ့နော်ဆိုအမတို့ကဆိုရှင် interview ကို video လေးလုပ်ရဆိုတော့လေဟုတ်အမရဲ့အတွေ့အကြုံရဆိုရင်တော့ script တွေရေးတာပို့ပြီးတော့အမအတွက်ပို့ပြီးအဆင်ပြေခဲ့တယ်ပေါ့နော်တခါလေကြာရင်ကိုစကားပြောတာကဟုတ်တယ်စာကြောင်းပြောတာဟုတ်တယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ပေါ့နော်ကြားတဲ့အခါကျရင်တခုလွယ်တာမျိုးရှိကောင်းရှိနိုင်ဆိုတော့လေဟုတ်ကဲ့
ပါညီမလေး
ပါ
ကပါအဲ့ဆိုရင်အမတို့ဒီအချိန်အကန့်အသတ်ကြောင့်မလို့အမတို့ဒီ webinar လေးကိုဒီနေ့မှာပဲအာရက်လိုက်ပါမယ်ပြီးတော့အခြားမေးတဲ့မေးခွန်းတွေရှိရဆိုရင်လည်းအမတို့ဒီမေးလို့ရရပေါ့နော်ပြီးတော့ဒီအမတို့ဒီ recording လေးကိုလည်းအမတို့ YouTube မှာတင်ပေးတော့မှာဖြစ်တယ်ပြီးတော့ကျတော့အမတို့အခြားကြည့်လို့ရမယ့် resource တွေကိုလည်းအမတို့စွန့်ချက်မှာပို့ထားရပေါ့နော်အဲ့ဆိုဒီနေ့လာပေးကြရဲမိကုန်းတွေလည်းအများကြီးဖြစ်ပေးကြတဲ့ဒီ Cohort 5ကအမတို့ပြီးတော့မမေတနာကျော်ညီမလေးပြီးတော့ကျဖေလေးအများကြီးကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်ဆိုတော့လာပေးကြတဲ့မောင်လေးညီမလေးတွေကိုလည်းအများကြီးကျေးဇူးတင်တယ်တေချာလေးလေ့လာတေချာလေးဖတ်ပြီးတော့တေချာလေးရှောက်ကြပါပေါ့တခုသိချင်တာရှိရဆိုရင်လည်းဒီမှာဆိုရင် alumni တွေကသူတို့ရဲ့ email တွေကိုဒီစွန့်ချက်တွေမှာပို့ထားရပေါ့နော်ဆိုတော့အဲ့ဒါတွေကိုမှမေးလို့ရတယ်သူတို့ရဲ့ဒီ Telegram တွေပဲဖြစ်ဖြစ် email ကနေပဲဖြစ်ဖြစ်မေးလို့ရပါတယ်ကဲပါအဲ့ဆိုရင်ဒီ alumni တွေရောနောက်ဆုံးပြောစရာလေးရှိသေးလား
ကိုကြပါလို့
တခြားထွေထွေတူတော့မရှိပါဘူးလို့ဒီတနေ့မရရင်လေဟိုနှစ်တိုင်းဆက်လျှောက်သွားပါလို့အမှပြန်2020ကနေ့လျှောက်တာလို့ခဏကဘလို့ထဲမှာဆိုတော့နှစ်တိုင်းဆက်လျှောက်သွားပါသူက competitive တော့ရမ်းဖြစ်တယ်ဒီနေ့ဆိုရင်လျှောက်တဲ့သူပုံများမယ်ထင်တယ်ပေါ့နော်ဆိုတော့တနိုင်ငံမှာသူကလျှောက်တဲ့3000ထဲမှာသူကပြီးတနိုင်ငံမှာ10ယောက်ပဲရွေးမှာဆိုတော့competitive တော့ရမ်းဖြစ်လိမ့်မယ်ဒါပေမဲ့ဟိုလုပ်ပါနဲ့လို့အားမလျှော့ပါနဲ့လို့နှစ်တိုင်းဆက်လျှောက်သွားပါလို့နော်ရှိရဆိုရင်ပေါ့နော်ဟုတ် okay
ဟုတ်အဲ့ဆိုရင်အမတို့ဒီ sharing webinar လေးကိုဒီနေ့မှအမတို့ရက်လိုက်ပါမယ်အဲ့ဆိုရင်အားလုံးနဲ့အကုန်လုံးပြန်ဆုံးပါမယ်ဟုတ်နောက်ထပ် webinar တွေမှာလေ
okay ပါ
ကျေးဇူးများတင်ပါတယ်
good luck ပါဟုတ်bye bye
ကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်အမ
ဟုတ်